Welcome to Talking Sci-Fi. And your host and starring Sci-Fi Sean and Just Randee.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sci-Fi Sean and
Just Randee.
You've been doing all right, my buddy?
I've been doing good.
All right. Holidays are approaching very fast.
They are.
Thanksgiving is like right around the corner.
Yep.
Christmas will be knocking on its back door.
Yep.
And we need to do another Christmas show like we did last
I
year
agree.
too,
Yeah.
with the Christmas movies and all that. So, been a crazy year. 2020 is finally winding down with all types of pretty much sadness and very little excitement and just great actors passing away.
Yes.
Things like of that nature. Lockdowns, businesses shutting down, Disney laying off people. Not to depress you, but I think we're going to have a better year next year. I
hope.
Because we got Sci-Fi Bartow coming back, which is February the 20th, 2021. Rise of the Robots. Enter picture here.
Yeah, I got you.
So, some exciting things. So, through this lockdown, through this whole year, because we're coming up on like 9-10 months of being locked down. You've been working from home a lot.
Yep.
My business is essential, so I've been having to go to work every day, which thank goodness, knock on wood, it's going to continue. But what have you been binge watching over the last 9 months?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I rewatched The Mandalorian to get ready for the new episodos that are coming out.
That's
and now
right.
we're 2 episodes in.
Is it 2 episodes in for season 2?
Oh,
huh?
it's amazing.
I'll wait.
I'm definitely not going to have any spoilers on here. But one thing that I like about it is that I don't have to worry about some big. I like action.
Right.
But The Rise of Skywalker was a good movie to me, but there was a lot going on, and I'm kind of liking The Mandalorian because it's a slowed down pace. Even though it has action in it, it's a slower pace, and I don't have to think a lot about, okay, what's going on here. Here, it's just watching some series of him going to the planets that I grew up liking, running across characters that I like, and just small little stories that.
So you don't have to worry about 2 hours. Are they going to blow the Death Star up or not?
Right, yes.
You know, it's like it takes its time. And here's this one. Have you watched the first 2 episodes?
Yes, and they are fantastic.
Are they as good as any of the last ones?
They are. Yep.
I'm excited to see it. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, as most of you guys know, but I like The Mandalorian because it's not all in your Darth Vader face. And
Right,
shit,
exactly.
you know,
And that's what's good about it.
And I like that, because the Mandalorian race has been so popular over the years with Boba Fett and all the Fetts and all that stuff.
Do you know where he was first shown to people?
Where?
In the Christmas special. He was a cartoon.
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You're right. I remember that. I loved the first season of Mandalorian, which I've been watching. I have it again. I'm going to watch it again because I want to. One of my friends, either you or my good friend MC Spidey Curtis, you know who you are, usually bootlegs me some and brings me a thumb drive of all the episodes on it. Still waiting on Picard, Curtis. Already got the DVD. Thanks for all that.
No.
I got to give Curtis a hard time. I hardly ever see him.
Oh, man.
Unless he's on the side of a street with a sign going, eat here or something, which is great because he's one of them sign twirler guys.
He's good at it. I
know he waves at me, gives me the Vulcan thing and all that stuff. So anyway, what else have you been binge watching?
There is a show out there that you probably never even heard of and will probably never watch, but I think you would like it. And it is The Boys.
I've heard about it.
You have? Okay.
Yes.
So The Boys, just to give you a rundown, think about this. Say Bartow is going through some times and there's a lot of people out robbing and stealing. You could pay $100 million a month to have this organization send you a superhero to clean your streets up.
Yes, that's what I understand.
But they're all crooks, and they make movies, and whenever they're going to...
They're all about the money.
Right. It's all about the money and cussing and killing, and basically one of them kills a civilian on accident, and that civilian is taking revenge, and it is a fantastic series.
If he's dead, how does he take revenge?
No, his girlfriend.
Oh, his girlfriend. I got you. And that's through the whole season 1 and 2, or what?
Season 2 is a little bit different. I'm going through the process of that, but I don't want to spoil anything.
I got you.
But yeah, there's corruption within the organization that runs the boys' organization, and it's pretty cool.
That's outstanding. I've heard.
If you see it on DVD, please get it.
I hear a lot of people talk about it. A lot of my friends watch it because there's like something with an invisible man that they don't know how to kill, and they end up sticking a bomb up his ass or something like that.
Awesome.
That sounds like something I want to watch.
Yeah. So what are you binging?
I'm going back to old school.
Of course.
I've watched Picard. It's finally come out on the DVD. We binged watched that. I liked it. We did an episode about Picard earlier. I enjoyed that. And it's so hard to watch regular network television now when you've been binge watching, because there's no commercials.
You want it now.
Yeah, you want it right now. And if you want to, all right, well, like when Laura and I get home from work, we'll sit and get us a beverage of some kind, get some little chores done, and we'll go and we'll all right, let's watch this episode of Picard or Mandalorian. But then it's not enough. It's like crack. You win that one, like, it's still early, let's try another one.
Right,
and then another one. And then next thing you know, you're not going to work the next day because you stayed up too damn late watching The Mandalorian or whatever,
Oh my goodness.
I've been watched The Mandalorian. Laura and I just got done with Picard, Star Trek Picard. We've just ended. I went back and watched Deep Space Nine, the entire series, and that is 8 years of seasons. Love that. And then we tried a series called, Laura, you in there? Laura's going to say it's called Legend, and it's a 1-season Western storyline. It's kind of steampunkish, but it has the guy that played Q, John Delancey, and the guy that played MacGyver, and the guy from Stargate.
How old is this?
A few years.
Is it?
Yeah, and Laura and I made it through the premiere episode, and we had just gotten off of Star Trek, so I figured that the John Delancey Q would keep me interested, and it did, but it's very campy. It's about this writer from the Old West that writes about this kind of a MacGyver, James Bond kind of a character, and everybody thinks he's really this guy. So people are trying to hire him.
Oh my goodness! Like the Three Amigos.
Yes, yes, exactly like the Three Amigos. And he's like a scallywag, drunk, womanizer, all that. MacGyver is Richard Dean Anderson. I knew the name would come to me.
Yeah.
Then he runs into a guy that's actually trying to be him by doing all these weird, because he builds like flying machines and electrical lightning bolts that come out of your hand and stuff.
You said Western.
Yes, it's got old technology. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So John Delancey is a scientist from Greece or somewhere like that's living in the Old West, and he's created all these devices and things. So they team up, and it's like Batman and Robin. But if Robin was the lead character and Batman was in the background making Robin look good, if you can imagine that.
Okay.
Great show.
Sounds good.
I'm going to finish it, and maybe we'll do a podcast. Think League of Extraordinary Gentlemen meets steampunk, and then throws up some Star Trek and MacGyver. That's what this, and it's a 1 season. So it didn't make it very long. And Brandon Braga, which did all the Star Trek stuff, is one of the creators and producers of this show. We're watching Star Trek Voyager again. We jumped into that. We're in the middle of first season, so we just fresh out of the box. And because, people, I'm a Star Trek guy, and we like rewatching stuff. And we haven't watched that or Deep Space Nine in so long. That's why you see it. It's like watching it for the first time. And if you run across a stinker episode, like, I'll tell Lori. She goes, "Oh, this is dragging." We'll stop. I said, "All right, let me just give you the basic storyline, and we'll move on." I'm like, she'll go, "Yeah, like, all right, yada yada yada. Janeway and Paris turn into lizards. Yada yada yada. They de-evolve, and they come back to life, and then they move on." Okay, so we're good with that. That does happen in one of the episodes. They turn into like geckos.
Oh, really?
It's really kind of weird, but anyway. Been watching that. we just started Saturday watching all the Sean Connery James Bond movies.
Wow, how many is there? 6, 7?
Half a dozen. We're on Goldfinger. We started with that because that's the most iconic Sean Connery James Bond to me.
It's got Fat Bastard in it, right?
Yeah, that's who they emulate from Austin Powers. It's got Odd Job, which is the guy that has the little saw blade in his hat. He throws at people, and it's the iconic view of James Bond tied to a table with a laser fixing to cut him in half.
Yeah.
There's Dr. No, which is the first James Bond movie.
I need to go back and rewatch all those. It's been a long time.
You Only Live Twice. That's another great one, and From Russia with Love. A lot of Sean Connery ones. Thunderball, Never Say Never Again. A lot of really good Sean Connery. But we're binge watching those because, of course, I was a huge Sean Connery fan. Sean. That's what we had kind of really binge watching those episodes like that. But what's on your file for continuing binge watching? What do you have down the road?
I am excited to finish Mystery Men. I'd never even heard of that.
That's a movie, not a series.
Well, I understand that, but that's I'm going to go home and finish
Mystery Men. If you've never watched the with Ben Stiller and Pee Wee Herman's in it, and William H. Macy's The Shoveler.
The Shoveler, because I shovel real well.
It's based on. There is a few people. What's the Superman's character's name? Captain Amazing.
Yes, that's Captain
Amazing Man or something like that. And he's like, that's where I think the boys kind of got some of their ideas too, because he's got
ads all over him.
Ads all over him for Pepsi and Mountain Dew and all that, and I love the supervillain. Have you gotten the supervillain yet?
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Casanova Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He's a big 70s fan, and he's like the biggest supervillain of any supervillain you could ever think of.
They just released him from jail.
They released him because Captain Amazing was losing his sponsors because he cleaned up the world so much. So they said, hey, let's let Casanova Frankenstein out, and all of a sudden,
have something to
yada, yada, yada. It's a great movie. It's comedy. It's based on people that think they're superheroes.
Yes.
Like the bowler. I'm not a fan of the actress that plays her, but I like that.
Yeah.
Dad dies. His soul gets put in a bowling ball.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
So back to series.
Yes.
I am watching The Mandalorian. Every Friday when it comes out, that is my number one go-to. Now, I'm looking forward to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's supposedly coming out. I'm looking forward to that.
What about the third season of Star Trek Discovery?
Yes, I am looking forward to that.
It's 2 or 3 episodes in right now.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I need to go watch it. Yeah.
We're going to go back and watch season 1 and season 2 again just to refresh, because it won't be out until this time next year for us to get DVD unless someone bootlegs me a couple copies of it. But planning on watching that. And, Laura and I'll get some old series and watch them, like Knight Rider or Columbo.
Yeah.
Or Land of the Lost, the old series, things like that. Of course, Star Trek. We have to go through Enterprise again. Did you ever finish your Stargate that I loaned you?
Probably not.
Please don't lose that.
I won't. I got them all bagged up. I know she will.
We'll go through all the Stargate series. I'll get them back this week.
Yeah,
no, watch them first. Because I want to do a big. You're not going to have time to watch them.
Oh, if you want to do a show on it, I'll watch them, but it's too slow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a lot of cerebral stuff. You like action and adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been binge watching. Send us emails and comments on what you guys are binge watching.
Absolutely.
We might talk about it and discuss it, because that's the new thing, network television is dead. It's all internet and Netflix and Disney and Hulu. What's the other one? Mars, Pluto,
CBS. Oh, Mars and Pluto.
Yeah, and they're a Pluto or something like that.
Voodoo. There's a Voodoo.
Whatever.
Pluto.
But let us know what you're watching, and we'd be glad to talk about it on the show. So keep watching our show. You can binge watch.
Yeah.
This is Talking Sci-Fi on YouTube.
Yep.
And other iHeartRadio, all kinds of places you can find us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Send us messages and comments or whatever. We love it. We do episodes on questions every once in a while. We love to get questions from you guys. So we'll wrap it up. This has been talking about binge watching shows. Yep. And we'll see you next time on This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sci-Fi Sean and
Just Randee. Welcome to Talking Sci-Fi. and your host and starring Sci-Fi Sean and Just Randee.